Oh my god, I still have so many knives. Check out the coffee in the description. A little bit goes a long way. It helps me cover overhead like shipping to and from. Shipping prices have gone up. And yeah, this is all coming out of pocket. But thanks to I don't remember which one this is. Oh, I know who this is. Okay. This, what the fuck? Okay. This is a temporary trade from Mr. NRB. So thanks NRB for this temp trade. I have lent him two of my knives. He has lent me two of his. I don't know which one's which yet. And so we're going to... Oh, we're doing this one first. I gotta... I don't... Okay. So, this is T7 Metalworks Xyphoid. I have heard not as much as I should about this knife. This knife is titanium, tang pins, channel, and it clocks in at 4.13, surprisingly lighter than I thought it would be. Handles appear right now pretty rectangular, maybe not terribly so, I don't know. And this jimping is actually pretty solid. This blade, pretty straightforward tanto. Japanese-ish. CPM Magna Cut. High quality. This is number 21. Here's the laser engraving. People say that Magna Cut's kind of the hottest new thing about knives. Sir, please? My god, I love you. You're so dumb and have zero self-preservation. Such a good idiot. Anyways, this Balisong has what looks like T15 hardware. Let me just double check that. T15 hardware, Magna Cut blade, and I want to say it clocks in at $600. At least the Sir, no, I love you. Maybe I should take him out. I love you. I can't. Let's get going. Blade is, I think sharper than I think it is. All right, sir. I don't want to flip near you. Kill. Okay. Wow. Okay. Let's flip this. Okay. Balance feels good. It's a very well balanced knife. It feels neutral, but with momentum. Chaplin's great. Chaplins feel really good. Twirls. Fun as fuck. I keep forgetting to try aerials on knives, but I just don't do aerials all that much. I'm so sorry. I don't know. I feel like you can get a good idea of how a knife aerials based off of the way I describe it. But let's try rollovers. Rollovers are, let's see, actually tolerances are okay. I think one bushing is slightly oversized, but not in a deal-breaking way, just like in a tiny amount of wiggle, but it could have been tuned out. Or I'm like scared to cut myself on this. But it feels good. Rollovers feel solid. I would say it does lack a bit of tip weight, just a little bit. I wish it had a little bit more tip weight on the blade. But it's not a deal breaker. Again, it is just slightly less tip heavy than my personal preferences. This has a very high choil, like a very high choil. Here's my finger on what would be the ring of shame. Fully clearing it. Like, let's see if I can show you. Here's my thumb. My thumb clears this. So you can do, okay. If you were to do a ring of shame on this, you might get cut at the very tip of the choil. The very, very tip of the choil. But the likelihood of getting bit, at least from like an accidental like flipping over here this way, like this is a live blade and I'm confident that doing this on the wrong side is actually safe. So that's good to know. So I don't have to worry about like flipping irresponsibly on the bite side to get me cut. Yeah, so like right now at least I feel like the momentum of going back. Like, there's really great weight distribution in the handles that feels really solid. The blade, I feel like I wish it was just a little bit more weight. But this is a very nice blade. Like, it's very straightforward, you know? It's got a flat, it's got a swedge grind here. And it's got, you know, this nice textured blade here. And, like, it's a good point. I think this knife would be a very, very good EDC, from what I can tell. It's on tang pins. I know some people don't like tang pins. I currently don't feel insecure about these pins at all. Like, I'm giving a little bit of a squeeze here. It's not giving too much way. It's not too much giveaway here. Not even close to handle slap here. And the tang pins are, they're not like the thickest ever, but you know, they're not babies. They're not tiny, tiny tang pins. The Xyphoid. Lately, T7 Metalworks has been doing DE Xyphoids, and frankly, I kind of want to get one. I don't know. Let's also talk about the surface. The surface here is like deep curved recesses, as well as face milling here. The face milling is pretty straightforward, nothing too extravagant. Dot, 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 line, line, dot, dot, dot. I know that some Balisong makers have been doing Morse code as a thing. So for all I know, this is Morse code, but I don't know. So I can't tell you. I'll have to look into that later. As for the actual grooves, I do feel like this big bowl section, it's like not my favorite personally. I do prefer more of like so, okay, this is concave in that like it is round exterior, right? You can see that it's round and it's like a curved surface. And so while there are like holes, you know, the whole surface like that is curved. I kind of like that. This is convex, where it's like this deep bowl. I felt like the Medusa was like painfully convex. This one is not bad. It's giving me grip. It's giving me lots of grip. It's just not super like when you fan it, you know, you're rolling your fingers in a deep recess. So I think like not my personal style, but intentional, functional, comfortable. Just not necessarily what I would prefer, but like very good. I find that it definitely provides a good grip. If you want, like, again, I think this could be a really good EDC. Like, you can very comfortably grip it without worry about slippage, you know? It definitely is not so, like, coarse. Like, there's no face texture in the sense of, like, a pattern, like how the Seraph or the Nami has, like, a very subtle, like, the Seraph has a obvious chevron, and then Nami has a very subtle, like, machine lines that are not going to show up right now because I'm too lazy to show it. This one doesn't have any texture, but with how deep these grooves are on the faces, I'm not worried at all. As well as this jimping. This jimping is quite nice too. Goes a decent bit up, but it's also just very, like, it's deep enough that I don't feel worried. I'm gonna do some ladders. Yeah, I feel like the jimping is effective. I wish the jimping went up a little bit higher too, but like at some point it's just ridiculous amounts. I you know, if you wanted like this much jimping, that's, you know, I'm asking a lot for someone that does not need to do that. You know, it's just like the jimping is better than most jimping. I will already say that. So, this is a really solid knife. At $600, this is competitive with haystack knives, as well as, like, I guess the Seraph. But, you know, I don't think T7 has made other Balisongs besides the Xyphoid. The Xyphoid, if I accidentally said typhoid earlier, that's wrong. I'm so sorry. The Xyphoid, with an X, is, to my knowledge, the only Balisong that they've made. He has made? I don't know. I think it's one person. And I gotta say, while not 100% my preferences, I am impressed. I'm impressed. I think this is an incredibly solid product that hopefully people would be very satisfied with, especially with a Magna Cut blade. there are just oh so slight things about the flipping. Mostly just this is subjective. My preference of this is subjective with the deep groove. My preference of the blade is arguably subjective. I just wish there was a little bit more tip weight, but like it's still really good. I just find that a lot of times, like sometimes it just feels like tricks can like kind of falter in a way, but that's also skill issue, right? 100% skill issue. And I'm like, oh, skill issue? Yeah. No Johns, I accept that. It just, what it does well, it does very well. I think this is a very good knife. The T7 Xyphoid, right? Yeah, T7 Metalworks Xyphoid. Unfortunately, there's no card in here that gives me any more specs. But also just, yeah, T15 hardware, a Magna Cut blade that's very good. This, like, I think this would cut really well. Let me just, here's like, oh, yeah. I don't really want to show it because it's got my address on it, but it cut good. It cut real good. And then also, if I were to do down here, I mean, it's hard to... The tip is crazy. This tip is crazy. And since it's Magna Cut, I think... I'm so scared that someone's going to, like, see that. I think that it will... I think it won't tip. Like, I want to believe in... Sir! I swear to God, dude. I love you so much, but my man, you have to be careful. I'm playing with knives. I think that because this is Magna Cut, I hear that Magna Cut's like really durable. I'm so worried that you're gonna press the space bar. No, this is not for kiddies. This is a knife. This is a knife. I hear that Magna Cut is really durable, and really well good. Like I hear it's like kind of like the hot new thing. I don't know if it's better than S35VN. S35VN, as far as I can tell, has like everything I want in durability. And like I don't care as much about sharpness. I think M390 can be really sharp, but is not like I think it maintains sharpness, but is not necessarily as like durable. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. But like this is a good knife. This is a really good knife. I don't know if the DE has more tip weight. I might try and trade for one. But I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. And I know some people don't like tang pins. I as a flipper, I don't know if there is a manufacturing or, tolerance or like over time benefit of tang pins over Zen pins. Zen pins you can replace and you can have them hidden or if it's a sandwich or a sandwich design, if you can also have them screw-ins. If it's channel, you can also do press fit. And if it's press fit, it can fall out. But I have also heard that like tang pins can have similar problems. But as far as I'm aware, I don't know if there's like a super duper concrete like advantage of tang pins over Zen pins. This knife is really good. I'm sorry I just keep saying that, but it's good. It's really good. It's got a solid clack sound. It just feels really well designed. And that's one of those times where it feels like it just kind of stalls out on me. Like it's just a little bit of stalling. And like these are nitpicks. 1, nitpicks. 2, also just my subjective tastes. So, like, if someone said this was their favorite knife ever, I'd be like, yeah, sure, totally. This is not my favorite knife ever. But I have a lot of respect for the craftsmanship and the design. The design feels very, very good. I need to get this boy out of this room. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. I'm going to make a review on this later. I will hopefully try and like I want to see more from T7. Like after trying this is really fucking good, and I want to see what he does or what they do next. So thanks for tuning in. Thank you NRB for lending me this as well as the next knife and this here, and like and subscribe. This boy is so fucking I love him, but oh my god. Thanks, and Happy flipping, everyone.